Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Beauty Passion. Yes, it's about to be a fun Friday. Yes, everybody is getting ready for New Year's Eve tomorrow. Everybody's getting their outfits together, getting the food together. I hope everybody is having a great morning. But I've been up for a while and it has hit the blogs that a jail call between Kelsey and Tori, and the full interview between Kelsey Harris, which is Megan's ex-best friend, and prosecutors that are interviewing her to try to figure out should they pick the case up or not. This happened in September of the year, 2 years ago in September, when she sat down and did this interview. Now, recently, before I get into this beauty talk, before I get into this juicy beauty talk, because I didn't really want to cover all while they was in trial, I didn't want to cover it because it was too much back and forth, this and that, blah, blah, blah. All right. But before I get into this beauty talk, I need you to like my video. I need you to like my video right now because you already know it's going to be great. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, who better? Who better? Ain't nobody better than Beauty Passion. Nobody. All right, let me get into this beauty talk. So, they were in trial for Tori shooting Megan. Everybody knows the outcome of that. They found Tori guilty on all charges. Okay. During the course of the trial, a lot of people were mad at Kelsey because they're like, why would Kelsey not get on the stand and tell jurors that Tori shot Megan, because she's the only one at this point that is there. The driver is missing. Megan's security guard is missing. Kelsey is the key witness in this case during this time. A lot of people were outraged because they're like, oh, why would she turn on her best friend? Blah, blah, blah. I don't care what went on. I was still not throw Megan under the bus. I'm going to trick on whoever did it. And to be honest, I felt the same way. I was like, I'm never going to say, if I know somebody did something to my best friend, whether we friends or not, I'm going to let them know who did it. Just because I felt like I owed that to her. You know what I'm saying? But now it has came out the reasoning. And I'm not saying this is why she did it, but her motive into why she did not testify against Tori on the stand. She said she did not take any money from him, even though before, on the night of the shooting, allegedly, Tori did offer her and Megan $1 million. Now, not 1,000. Tori in the car, she says in her interview, and again, this interview, before I get into the clips of this interview, I'm going to put the name of this YouTuber that has this full interview on her YouTube channel so you can listen to it. The video is 1 hour and 20 or 30 minutes long. So if you want to listen to the full video, you can, or the full voice recording of Kelsey talking to, doing an interview, you can. Her name is NITE at NITE, and I'm going to put her name on the screen. Okay, the interview is very, very long, so you all can listen to it. But the part of the interview where because this is the part that everybody is trying to figure out. Why would Kelsey not just say Tori shot her? Tori shot Megan. Why wouldn't she just say that? This is the reason why. And again, this is her motive. I ain't going to say this is her reason. This is her motive why she did not want to testify against Tori. It wasn't about no money, because that's what we were trying to figure out. Okay, she's saying she wasn't bribed. So what's the reason? Other than her being mad, whatever. Because, okay, let me go back. The part of the reason why this fight started, not the whole reason, part of the reason why this fight started is because Tori, in the interview, she's saying this. Tori has now tricked on Megan and telling Megan, Tori is telling Megan to tell Kelsey how you a fake friend. Because at this point, Tory is drunk and he's mad at Megan and they're arguing. And this is how it comes out in a car that Megan was actually sleeping with Tory behind Kelsey's back. So that was the beginning of the argument. During the argument, Megan started to say things about Tory's artistry, saying that the only reason people know him because he was on a Jack Harlow remix. So you already know artists, they take their artistry, it's their baby. Like you can't attack my artistry. So she said at in a point in the car, they started attacking each other artistry. And that's how it all developed into a shooting. And the results is as of today, Tory has been found guilty of shooting Megan in the foot. Now, let me just give you a little bit of side note on that. I never thought that Kelsey shot Megan. That just, for one reason, that just did not sit right with me. Everybody else was going on the internet saying she felt that way. I never felt that way. You know why? Because I'm just going to be honest. My intuition say when men get mad at you, they try to hurt the one thing people love about you. I'm just going to be honest. Everybody loved the way Megan twerks. She been a twerking machine since she stepped on the scene. Everybody she went viral. Everybody loved when she danced and twerks. At this point, Tory is mad at Megan because she said basically he trash. Let's just be honest. She said he's trash. Nobody would know him if he wasn't on Jack Harlow's remix. Okay. So Tory is so mad and drunk that he wants to end Megan's career. So basically, you saying I'm trash, but let me end your career. That's why he shot her in the foot. Because if I shoot you in the foot, how you gonna get up here and twerk? I always said that from the beginning. Tory shot her in the foot because he knew that if I shoot you in your foot, you can't do the one thing that your fans love, other than you rapping. We love Megan as a rapper. Don't get that twisted. We love her as a rapper, but we love her as a twerking rapper too. At this point, we love her as a twerking rapper. You know what I'm saying? So let me shoot you in his foot and see how far you gonna twerk. And that's exactly what she did. When he shot her in the foot, Megan could not twerk. I ain't trying to be funny, but Megan could not twerk for almost a year. She couldn't have. She's injured in her foot. That's how I knew Tory shot her. Because it was an evil gesture. He shot her in her foot so she couldn't rap and twerk. You might not can twerk, but you can rap. But let's be honest, we like to see her rap and twerk. So I'm taking away the one thing that your fans love about you other than rapping. That's how I always knew Tory had did it. And that was just my stance on it. Again, he's been found guilty. And that they found him guilty. All right. This is the juicy stuff. So now, Kelsey in this interview tells us why her motive, in my mind, was to not testify against Tory. Again, it had nothing to do with money. It's all about loyalty. So let me play a clip of the interview when she tells them what happened between her and Megan.
I mean, I never got to see Megan since then.
Yeah. You didn't see her at all since she went to the hospital?
No. It was...
Did you talk to Megan at least on the phone or text at some point?
Later on in text messages, we did talk. She had finally texted me. But, you know, this is somebody that I was with for years, day to day, every day. I know her. Like, that was my best friend. I knew her like the back of my hand. I honestly still feel like I know her like the back of my hand. Nothing's really changed. I'm somebody that, you know, like, I know everything. I'm the first person. Her team's going to make sure I'm right there.
NITE exclusive.
Kelsey doesn't leave Megan's side. That's how we operate.
Right.
So when I just, you know, I kept asking, can I see Megan? I actually went back to the house. Can I see Megan? Can I see Megan? I'm still checking for her. Nobody's kind of giving me any information on it. So I kept blowing it off. I was like, okay, maybe I can't have guests. Desiree, Rock Nation, she told me that Megan was going to be down for a while, almost a year. And I believed it.
What do you mean she's going to be down for a while? What does that mean?
Like injury, out of commission.
Okay.
I believed it. I'm considering going back to Houston while Megan is healing, because they had already told me that she would be down, and they wouldn't let me go see her. So, or they said she couldn't have guests. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna consider going back to Houston until she's healed, and then I also need to go seek, treatment, make sure I'm okay. I had bruises all over me. My body was in pain. My back was hurting, which I disclosed to them. I said, so I'll let you know a date and a time to book my flight. So I actually ended up booking my support to come out to LA to be with me at the house. So I didn't need my flight anymore. But no sooner can I send that text, they had a flight booked for me like 2 hours later. Mind you, Megan had just asked me to get rid of my apartment. So I had like all my stuff there at the house. So me and Desiree Pettis, she communicated with me. I said, hey, like I have a flight in 2 hours. No, nobody told me, like, and I don't have, like, what am I supposed to do right here? Like my stuff. And she tells me that it's best that I find a rental in Houston, or just find a rental. LA is dangerous right now. The house isn't safe to be at, so I was like, okay, so just to be clear, you're telling me I need to move. I need to move after I just made an immediate move down here. Like, mind you, this is all while I'm confused and hurt and like, so I'm having to deal with all this, and I can't even just kind of try to get my mind right. So, so she's like, yes. And I'm like, okay. Like her team, they were treating me very weird, very strange. And I didn't understand why. I was reaching out to her team. I'm asking them, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm staying in the hotel. And finally, I think I sent like a long message, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, what am I, me and Megan should be moving as a unit. Like, why am I being kind of pushed out? Y'all told me to move. Where am I supposed to go home to? Megan had asked me to get rid of my apartment, and that's what I did. I've always had my own things, own stuff, always pay, so she asked me to get rid of it, and I did. And so I finally sent like a text, and it was just like, this isn't right. And Megan finally had called. I think they kind of sensed like, Kelsey, and she's like, fine, Kelsey, find a place to stay in Houston. I'm gonna pay it up for a year. And I said, I said, Megan, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. She said, I'm gonna be down for a year. Like, Kelsey, I'm like, I can't walk. And I'm like,
was the idea when she said she was going to pay for a place for a year, it was a place for also her to call home base in Houston?
No.
Okay. It was for you.
For me.
Just because she asked you to move, so she felt responsible that you didn't have a place and wanted to get you a place back in Houston.
Right.
Okay.
I never asked them to give me a spot. They did this voluntarily and for a year, which was not normal, because we're supposed to move as a unit. Mind you, I had also found out that she had left to New York. I guess she caught a jet. So I was just confused. I was very confused. Like, I'm still here in LA, and y'all are, what is going on?
You felt like you're just in the dark.
I was very much in the dark. The people that I talk to every day and I'm with every day, and I would get immediate updates on anything, kept shut me out. I didn't understand why.
Okay, at this point, in the interview, she's asked what happened between her and Megan, like going forward. And she has let them know that Megan has got in touch with her while she's back in Houston and asked her, did she want her name to be included in her statement? And so now at this point, Kelsey is bringing up the statement to read exactly what Megan said.
It was an Instagram post?
It was an Instagram post.
That she posted, right?
Statement, Instagram. Do you want me to read the full statement?
Sure. Well, if you want to talk about specifically what part of the statement.
So basically her statement, mind you, again, this was immediately after she asked if I wanted to be included in her statement. And I said yes, because that would protect me, at least put me in a position where people know I didn't do nothing to her. She said the narrative that's being reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of the crime that was committed against me and done with intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery. But it was important for me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. I'm currently focused on my recovery so I could turn back to my life and back to making music. And her caption was, I was never arrested. This whole experience was an eye-opener and blessing in disguise. I hate that it took this experience for me to learn how to protect my energy. So when she did that, mind you, people had already knew me. We were together. People had seen us, celebrating I had just came back and to LA. So she had made a post celebrating me. And so the public automatically realized she didn't include me in that statement, and they began to tag me, and like you shot Megan, and people kept, you're going to jail. I hope you rot in jail and die. They were saying all kinds of crazy things. So I made it, I'm not an experienced, she has a team. I didn't really, so I made a little post, and I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I was not the one with the gun, and I would never do something like that. But I was present. I don't know if that was the best thing to say, but she was like, Kelsey, why would you say that? And I said, what do you mean? Like, you're not protecting me, like I have to say something. And she's like, that's not the way to say things. And I'm like, well, what's the way to say things? Because you tell me you don't want me to speak on it, and then now you're telling me this isn't the way. Like, what's the way? Like, let me know the way. So fair to say, that's very fair. And so, I'm like, I don't know anything but the truth, Megan. And she's like, so I'm upset. I'm upset because she didn't clear my name. Like, that's my main reason for Megan. She never protected me, never defended me. She made this all about her, like as if I didn't suffer with her. So it put me in the seat with the bad guys, Yep. Never not once cleared my name. Mind you, she had no reason to be upset with me because at that time she did not know that I had met with Tori. She didn't know this, so she had no reason to treat me anyway or.
That meeting with Tori was innocent anyways, right? It was to get your property back.
Right.
And
to get my property back. And exactly, there's no ill intent. Right. I can be very truthful. I have nothing to hide. All these things, like, it's going to come out when it's supposed to. Yeah. I'm not here to get on the internet and tell every detail. Yeah. That's what she doesn't understand. Yeah. So, we went back and forth a little bit in text messages.
You're getting threats. Are you talking about from the public?
I'm getting threats from the public. I have been approached in person.
By people in public?
Mm-hmm. That's why, I've honestly been in isolation since this has happened. Events that I had to attend just because they were paid. And sometimes, it takes me out. You can ask him. It takes me an hour or more to get out the car before I go into somewhere. Because I don't know what people think of me. People think I took hush money. People think, because this is what she's put out there. And it's even though this guy is the bad guy, I guess, she has done a lot of damage to me by what she does on the internet. Yeah. It's not fair because I didn't betray her. So anyways, so she was like, she had demanded me to finally get on the internet. Kelsey, I need you to get on Instagram and say this. Say what happened to you and say what happened to me. By that time, I had got Don, my lawyer, and he told me, no, you're not playing social media games. She's not pressing charges. Because like I said.
This is before the case, he'd been arrested for a filed on the case. Yeah.
Right. Mind you, her manager had her disclose to me that she was not going to press charges on him or anything. So I thought it was okay. She's not mad at him, whatever. But it wasn't until she believes per her, Tori's team was putting out statements through social media, making her seem like a drunk, making her seem all these things. That's what upset her. And that's what finally made her get on Instagram. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be here.
And put out the truth about that her getting shot. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so this is the next day. Kelsey is still friends with Megan, even though she found out that Megan went behind her and slept with Tori. So at this point, she's still not mad at Megan, which is, to me, is the most loyal friend that you can ever have. Because if I ever found out one of my friends slept with anybody that I slept with, it's curtains for them. I just don't deal with stuff like that. Thank God I've never had to deal with nothing like this. But Kelsey at this point is still not mad at Megan. She's telling everybody that Megan has told her to leave Houston, move in with her in LA. And this is the point where they're at. That's how she gets back to LA. So at this point that Megan's in the hospital, she said Megan is not communicating with her at all. She don't know what's going on. She thought she was going to be in the hospital with her friend, helping her through her pain, her trauma, whatever. They have totally shut Kelsey out at this point. They have actually told Kelsey to get her stuff and move back to Houston. At this point, she's like, I just moved out my apartment because Megan told me to move out my apartment. So I don't have nowhere to live. If I go back to Houston, where I'm going to go? So now at this point, she's staying at a hotel in LA because she's still trying to get the okay or figure out what's going on with Megan, because at this point, Megan is not communicating with her. Okay. Then she goes on to say, at one point, Megan finally reaches out to Kelsey. This is days later after she's been in a hotel. And she tells Kelsey to move back to Houston because at this point, Megan is going to get on a plane and go to New York. Now, I'm just putting two and two together. At this point, when Megan goes to New York, I'm figuring that's how she met Party. That's how she met Party and ended up being in a relationship with Party, allegedly. I don't know how that went, but I always used to wonder, like, how did her and Party link together? And I guess that's how it happened. When she was healing, she left Houston and went to New York. And that's where she was staying at. And I guess that's how she met Party, allegedly. I don't know. Okay, so now her and Kelsey gets on the phone. Oh, Megan reaches out to Kelsey because Kelsey wants answers at this point. She's staying in a hotel. She's homeless. And she's hearing through the grapevine that she needs to move back to Houston. But of course, she wants to hear this from her best friend. So now Megan reaches out to her and tells her, like, you're going to have to go back to Houston, find you an apartment to rent, and I'll pay for it up to a year. So Kelsey kind of was like, okay, because in her mind, she thought that she was still going to be, like, with her friend. You know, like, she's still going to be with her friend. So she says she goes back to Houston. She gets the apartment. Megan pays for it. So she's not with Megan the whole time she's healing, she said. Megan is in a whole new state, which is New York. She said right before her birthday, Megan goes back to LA. Kelsey goes back to LA. They mend their friendship, I guess, because she said that Kelsey had put out a birthday post, celebrating her about her birthday. So she said at this point, she said they're still friends. Okay. After that, that's when everything on the internet has started to like erupt. So now the story has hit the blogs and, everybody's saying who shot him. They don't want to say Tori shot him because let's just be honest, Tori has a fan base too. Everybody's saying, well, Tori didn't shoot her. For a long time, everybody was saying Tori didn't shoot her. It was the best friend. So now she comes to her friend after she's been getting threats from her fans, and she comes to her friend and says, listen, I need you to put out some kind of statement or something because I'm starting to get threats from the public saying that I shot you. This was after they mended their friendship. Okay. So Megan says, do you want me to include you in the statement? So Kelsey says, yes, include me in the statement. So after Megan released her statement, she still didn't say who shot her. She just basically said that she's a victim. She never cleared up the rumor that Kelsey got shot. That Kelsey didn't shoot her, which is what it is. Just is as a friend, you my best friend. People are attacking me on the internet. Get on your Instagram and let them know I'm not the one that shot you. Just so they can leave me alone and I can have a peace of mind and I can heal through this too, because I went through this. Even though I wasn't shot, Tory beat me up. And the fact that you slept with him, that's enough. That's a lot for me to get through. Megan releases this statement. She did not include Kelsey in her statement to say, look, y'all, leave Kelsey alone. She did not shoot me. When you are a public figure, you have to protect who you love. Megan was supposed to protect her best friend. She did not protect her in that statement. And all she had to say, y'all, it wasn't Kelsey. But Megan was still at that point trying to protect Tory. Maybe because she still loved him. However it went, she did not want to say Kelsey didn't shoot her, because after that, then if Kelsey didn't shoot you, it was Tory. You see what I'm saying? So at this moment in time, Megan is still protecting Tory, not Kelsey. So when Kelsey realizes what's going on, she is still upset because this is my friend. You gonna stab me in the back over a nigga? Like how? So now Kelsey goes on her Instagram and she makes a statement, because my friend is not gonna protect me, so let me defend myself. Is what I tell y'all, people gotta defend themselves. She gets on her Instagram and puts out a statement and tells people that she did not shoot Tory. Okay, so now after Kelsey has put out a statement and says, I'm not the one that shot Megan, Megan comes back to Kelsey and is mad because she don't want to out Tory at this point in time. She's not ready to out him. She's still protecting him. Kelsey is saying the hell with him. He slept with you and me. Why are we still protecting Tory? You don't want to get no money from Tory. You don't need none of Tory money. You rich. I'm saying as your friend, I'm not about to take no money from him because I'm not about to out my friend. Megan gets mad at Kelsey for putting out this statement because it automatically incriminates Tory. Now, at this point, Kelsey is pretty much done with Megan. Because one, you slept with a man that I was having sex with behind my back. Even after that, I still was true to you. I still was your friend. Then I say, after all that, just put out a statement to protect me and you still don't do it? Like, that's 2 stabs in the back to back. So now at this point, Kelsey is done with Megan. It's like F Megan and whoever she represents. Let's just be honest. So now, as their relationship is not breaking up or off, whatever, they don't talk. They not talking. They're not friends no more. Based on what Kelsey is saying. So based on what the fact that Megan is still protecting, that pretty much ended their friendship. Okay, now Tory goes on the internet and he was his team is incriminating Megan, basically bullying her, saying what she did. At this point, Megan was already protecting Tory. He didn't even know that. But his team is telling them to like say that, you know, just basically incriminating Megan and harassing her. So now that pisses off Megan. And that's when she goes on her Instagram and she puts out that video and tells everybody that Tory shot me. Because at this point, she's mad. It wasn't because she wanted to protect Kelsey. She's doing it because she's mad now at Tory. Because at first, she wasn't mad at Tory. For some reason. I don't know. All right. Now she gets on the internet and tell people that she's mad at that Tory shot her. And that's how everything develops. It goes back and forth. People were still saying, even after Megan... No, okay. So after Megan got on the internet and said Tory shot her, Her and Kelsey relationship had already ended. It had already severed. It's over with. It's dead. You my enemy. Because I've been loyal to you as a friend. It's always been me and you. Even when you slept with somebody I slept with, I still stayed loyal to you. It's up. It's up. Kelsey say it's up. I done turned down $1 million. This man is over here in my taxes. He offered me $1 million in the car. He's coming to me in her interview, allegedly. He's coming to me. He's saying he gonna give me money. All this stuff, I'm turning it down because I am your friend. I am loyal to you. I'm not gonna take any money from him. But at this point, we are not even friends no more. So I was gonna be, with you in Houston, living with you, living off you, however it went. And now I'm out here by myself. I done told Tori no. Megan has already I'm mad at Megan. I ain't even fucking with Megan no more. Fuck her and everything she represent. You see what I'm saying? That leaves Kelsey out there by herself. When she thought she was going to be BFF with her millionaire friend. So now as the months go on, she's trying to figure out how not to get money out of Tori, because she never said to this point, she never said she took any money from Tori. That's what she alleging. But now at this point, I done got stabbed in the back from my friend. This is revenge time. This is all revenge. Why would I protect you if you don't protect me? So now fast forward. We get to the point where now we are in a trial. I'm in a trial with you. We are in a trial. I'm on the stand. And they're asking me, who shot you? Who shot Megan? They're asking me, who shot Megan? I'm going to plead the fifth. Because at the end of the day, you didn't protect me. Why would I protect you? You don't care about me. Why would I care about you? I plead the fifth. Only thing that was wrong with Kelsey, she had this interview where she detailed everything that went on that night. So I don't understand how did she forget the interview? I understand her being mad, trying to get back, getting revenge on Megan, however it is she felt. Her motive was, however her motive was. This was her motive. To me, I probably still would have tricked on Tori. I'm just being honest. I would have still tricked on Tori. But Kelsey, at this point, she felt like she had been thrown in the mud by her best friend. So now when they ask me who shot Tori, I don't know. I mean, who shot Megan? I don't know who shot her. Matter of fact, let me plead the fifth so I ain't got to even answer that question. Now, again, at this point, she's saying that she still haven't took no money from Tori. So it wasn't money motivated. She said in the court that she never have gotten a bribe, gotten any money from him. That's what she told the courts. So all this was based on pure revenge. Revenge. That was it. So now she gets on a stand. She pleads the fifth. They go and dig up the interview. So now they're like, how she pleading the fifth when she already said Tori shot her in this interview? Tori shot Megan in this interview. So now Kelsey is in trouble because now you're a liar. Perjury. It's a lot that you're about to be hit with. So now the judge get back in a courtroom and say, we rejecting your amendment, Fifth of Amendment rights, or whatever it is. The fifth, you pleading the fifth. We rejecting that based on this interview that you did. Matter of fact, you're not even you're not even a reliable source anymore, based on the fact that you just got here and pleaded the fifth when you said in the interview exactly what happened. So now they tell Kelsey, listen, they probably gonna hit her with a perjury. So now she's gonna have to try to fight that just based on her motive of getting Megan back, stabbing her back in the back. or turning her back on, just based on the fact that you threw me in the mud, I'm about to turn my back on you in this courtroom. That's some deep stuff, y'all. Tell me that ain't deep. Would you have, tell me in the comments now, because now it's just still coming out. A lot of people didn't know why they was even mad at each other, but now it's all coming out in this interview why they was mad at each other. Because again, everybody seen her and Kelsey still being friends before the trial, and then all of a sudden they stopped being friends, and this is why. Now, y'all, tell me, men are a little different. Men, you know, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna say everybody in this situation. Well, I'm gonna say with men, it depends on what kind of girl you are. If you my girlfriend and you sleep with my and my best friend sleep with you, it's going up in a man's thing. If you were actually my girlfriend, but if you just a little thotty, you ain't you for everybody, they really don't care about that. But as women, that is just the number one rule. If he stuck his dang in me, you better not let him stick his dang in you. I don't care how old, who it was. I don't care who it is. You my best friend. You are my best. That's like girl code. So the fact that she was still loyal to Megan after that says a lot about Kelsey, to be honest. That says that's the most loyal friend that you can ever have in life. So tell me in the comments below, would you have threw Megan under the bus? Would you have not told the jury who shot your best friend based on how Megan has treated you after it all happened? She didn't protect me in the media. She let these her fans say they was about to they attacking me. They sending me death threats. She said that people are confronting her when she go outside. Her life was in danger. She said she felt like her life was in danger. She said when she went out to interviews and she went out and she was still trying to work, because at this point, she ain't taking no money from Tory and Megan is not her friend no more. So now she out here on her own. She ain't getting no checks from the Megan camp no more, and she ain't trying to take no money from Tory. So now she's still out here working, but she is looking behind her back every time she move, because y'all, the Megan fans are saying they gon' shoot her, or they sending her death threats. So tell me, was Kelsey right for sitting in trial and pleading the fifth? Would you had just said, listen, Tory shot my friend? Or would you have went the Kelsey route and pleaded the fifth just to get back at Megan? Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments below. Let's talk about it, because baby, this right here is some juicy stuff. Let me know how y'all feel about it again in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Hecky now, Joe. It's Beauty Paschen, and I'm out.